My name is Jack, and I'm a journalist who likes to find out the truth about things, even if it's scary. I'd heard about the Shadowed Network, and I decided to check it out. I used a special computer and a secret web browser to dive into this scary place. When I got there, I felt really scared. The websites I found were full of creepy stuff, like illegal things and weird magic spells. But the scariest story was about the Whispering Web. People said that on the Whispering Web, they talked in hushed voices, like they were sharing dark secrets. They didn't use regular words, just strange sounds and audio files. I got more and more curious about it, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. One night, all alone in my dimly lit apartment, I found an encrypted message. It had an audio file with weird, distorted voices whispering in a language I couldn't understand. I couldn't help but try to figure out what they were saying. When I finally cracked it, I heard a scary chant about summoning something from the internet's deep, dark depths. The next day, weird things started happening. My computer turned on by itself and showed scary symbols and messages in that weird language. It felt like something was with me in my apartment, hiding in the dark. The whispers from the audio file kept playing in my head, and I realized I'd brought a bad thing into my life. Days went by, and I saw scary stuff on my computer screen, things that made me feel really sick. My cozy apartment turned into a nightmare, and the scary thing kept getting closer. It whispered more scary stuff, and it was driving me crazy. I was so scared, I reached out to a super smart hacker who knew how to deal with scary things on the dark web. We worked together to figure out the bad thing's secret code and what it really was. It turned out to be something really, really bad, born from the worst parts of the internet. In the end, we had a big, scary showdown with the bad thing. We used what we knew to send it back to where it came from. The Whispering Web went silent, and I was left really shaken by the whole experience. I decided never to go back there. But the memory of that bad thing still haunts me, a warning that the dark web hides some really scary and mysterious things. It's a lesson to anyone thinking of going there. The internet's darkest places hold some of the worst nightmares you can imagine.
My name is Alex, and I was an ordinary guy leading a mundane life, but my curiosity got the best of me. I had heard rumors of the Obsidian Bazaar, a marketplace on the dark web where one could procure anything their heart desired, no matter how illegal or dangerous. Tempted by the allure of the forbidden, I decided to explore the Obsidian Bazaar. Using a specially encrypted browser, I descended into the depths of the dark web, guided by stories of a place where secrets and contraband changed hands. My heart pounded as I navigated through a maze of hidden websites, each more ominous than the last, until I reached the entrance of the Obsidian Bazaar. The marketplace was a twisted version of Amazon, with sellers offering everything from drugs to weapons and even stolen identities. It was a chilling glimpse into the underbelly of the internet, where every vice was for sale. I was lured by the promises of power, and with a few clicks, I was soon in contact with a seller known as the Shadow Merchant. The Shadow Merchant promised me a peculiar item, something so rare and obscure that I couldn't resist. The transaction was completed through cryptocurrency, and the package arrived discreetly at my doorstep a few days later. Inside, I found a cryptic, ancient-looking book, bound in leather and filled with handwritten pages covered in mysterious symbols. It was the very essence of the forbidden knowledge I had sought. As I delved into the book, I realized that I had uncovered something far more sinister than I could have ever imagined. The symbols and incantations within the pages were not to be trifled with. The dark forces I had unleashed soon began to haunt my every step. Shadows moved on their own, whispers echoed in the night, and I could feel a malevolent presence watching me from the corners of my home. Terrified by my reckless curiosity, I reached out to a friend who was well-versed in the ways of the dark web, seeking guidance on how to undo the horrors I had unwittingly unleashed. Together, we embarked on a perilous journey to close the gateway I had opened. Our journey led us through the darkest realms of the internet, battling sinister forces that sought to keep their secrets hidden. The Shadow Merchant, realizing I had betrayed the trust of the Obsidian Bazaar, pursued me relentlessly. It became a race against time to sever the connection I had foolishly established with the forbidden. In the end, with great effort and sacrifice, we managed to close the gateway, banishing the dark forces back to the shadows. My life was forever changed, scarred by my reckless venture into the world of buying things on the dark web. I vowed to stay far away from the Obsidian Bazaar, for I had glimpsed the true horrors that lurked in the digital abyss. The tale serves as a grim reminder that the allure of the dark web may promise access to forbidden desires, but it comes at a price too high for any mortal to pay.
My name is Mike, an ordinary guy leading an unremarkable life until curiosity led me down a dangerous path. I'd heard whispers of the Midnight Bazaar, a marketplace on the dark web where you could find anything you desired, no matter how illegal or taboo. Tempted by the allure of the forbidden, I decided to venture into the dark web. Equipped with a special browser that masked my identity, I descended into the depths of the internet's underbelly. My heart raced as I navigated through a labyrinth of hidden websites, each more sinister than the last, until I reached the entrance of the Midnight Bazaar. The marketplace resembled a distorted version of a typical e-commerce site, with sellers offering an array of items ranging from drugs to stolen goods and even more sinister services. It was a chilling insight into a world where morality held no sway. My curiosity led me to a seller who went by the name The Shadow Merchant. The Shadow Merchant offered me an unusual item, something so unique and peculiar that I couldn't resist. The transaction was completed using cryptocurrencies, and a nondescript package arrived at my doorstep a few days later. Inside, I found a mysterious-looking amulet adorned with cryptic symbols and an eerie, unsettling aura. As I examined the amulet, I soon realized that I had acquired something far more sinister than I had ever anticipated. The symbols etched into its surface seemed to pulse with malevolence. A strange energy emanated from the object, and dark events began to unfold around me. Shadows danced menacingly, strange occurrences plagued my life, and a sense of dread consumed me. I turned to a close friend who had experience with the dark web for guidance. Together, we embarked on a harrowing journey to unravel the mysteries and dangers of the amulet. However, we soon discovered that our meddling had attracted the attention of malevolent forces that sought to protect their dark secrets. The Shadow Merchant, realizing my attempts to escape, pursued me relentlessly. It became a race against time to confront the sinister entity and close the door I had unwittingly opened. The amulet was more than a mere trinket, it was a conduit to something ancient and malevolent. In the end, with great effort and sacrifice, we managed to sever the connection with the amulet and banish the dark forces back to the shadows from whence they came. My life was forever altered, marked by my reckless exploration into the world of buying things on the dark web. I vowed never to return to the Midnight Bazaar, having glimpsed the horrors that lurked in the digital abyss. This story serves as a cautionary tale, a stark reminder that the temptations of the dark web may offer access to forbidden desires but come with consequences too dire for any to bear lightly.